Hello, hello. Today's video we're gonna talk about fruits and why I think you should eat them. Cause honestly, a lot of you motherfuckers need it. I'm not exaggerating, especially if you live in America. I think you've noticed it recently while looking at yourself in the mirror. You don't look the healthiest out of the bunch. Let's just say that. But I hope that with these top 10 fruits that I'm gonna talk about, maybe you'll change your diet. Maybe, hopefully, please. I just want people to be healthier, man. I don't want them to die young because they're eating what, fried chicken and processed food. Well, if you live in America, that's probably the only thing that you have. But anyways, well, with that being said and done, let's get to the first fruit. The first fruit that I want to start with is pineapple. Now, how much do I like pineapple? Well, I don't know when my liking for it occurred, but let's just say when I was a kid, I tried it and I fell in love with it. I think since my very first memories that I've had as a kid, pineapple is just one of those memories that I can memorize for a very long time. Like when, well, what I'm trying to say is that pineapple is one of those fruits that I've tried for so long that I can just memorize when I first tried them and for how long I've been having it. Let's just say maybe I got my memories at 6 or 5 years old. So yeah, I've pretty much tried pineapple my whole life, it seems. Never has it been disappointing, just so we're clear. It's always juicy and sour, and maybe because of that, some people are generally um, pushed away from eating it, which makes sense, I guess. But uh, what would I rate this fruit? Oh, that's simple. I'll give it a solid Um, 10 out of 10. Because overall, it's just sour. And if you know anything about me at all, I love sour fruit. And since this fruit is sour, I generally like to eat it. So, on to the next fruit, which will be mango at number 2. Mango. It is such a delicious fruit. It is both sweet and sometimes sour. But if you get the really golden mango that's kind of soggy, you got yourself right there a very sweet mango. Like the chances of you being disappointed at this fruit would be very low. And if you don't like mangoes, I don't like you. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it. I've liked mangoes my whole life. Well, not really my whole life, but since I first tried them. I don't know when this liking of mangoes occurred, but I guess it happened when I first tried them. The mango just looked very ugly, right? Very ugly, very unappetizing, and not something I wanted to eat. But I decided, you know what? I'm gonna eat it. And I'm grateful I did do it because it was not disappointing. Overall, I give mangoes a 10 out of 10. And with that being said, let's get on to the next fruit, which would be melons. Now, melons, I don't know what it is about melons, but I just like melons. Yes, those melons, not those melons that you're thinking about. Although I do like those melons too, but that's not what we're here about. We're here for. We're here about fruit. what do I like about melons and why are they on this list? Well, I don't know. What I do know is that my memories of melons are, oh my god, I cannot speak about melons without it sounding like something else. But anyways, I like melons for my whole whole life actually. I remember going to, you know, these very, how do I say them, sketchy malls where a bunch of Mexican stuff was being sold for who knows reasonable or unreasonable prices. But I I don't think any Mexican has ever complained when it came to the food there. I think they would get churros and then these fruit cups. It was a mix of watermelon, pineapple, coconut, and mango. And melon. Both the green and the orange melon. By the way, I will put my review of melons is both on the green and the orange melon because they're honestly the same thing. I put them on the same um, grade or whatever the fuck I call this thing. Um, Although I will say the green ones surprisingly are more sweeter, which is weird, right? I always thought the orange ones were the sweeter ones, but apparently it's the green ones. Anyways, melons I would give a solid 10 out of 10. They're never disappointing to me. Like, never are they disappointing to me. And with that being said, they're a 10 out of 10. Now let's get on to the next one, grapes. Specifically, which grapes? Green grapes. I think green grapes have always been my favorite. Because they're sour. I don't know why. Green grapes are just really good. I like them. And they're pretty basic, so there's really nothing to say. But if there is something I can say about them, is that the grapes at Costco are a solid 10 out of 10. I don't know who was the ingenious who made them, but I bless you every day from the heavens above for making them. So if you want to try the best grapes in the world, go to Costco and get the green grapes. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Although the price is rather funny. Other than that, they're really good, and I recommend them. 100% I recommend, and a must to every household. And with that being said, I would give the grapes a solid 10 out of 10. They're never disappointing, unless they're soggy. And with that, we're going on to the next one. Mandarins. Mandarins are such a unique delicacy. They're both sour and sweet. I really love when they're sweet, but sometimes they're just super dry and unsweet. So for that, I would have to give them a 5 out of 10. But when they're really sweet, they're a solid 10 out of 10. But when they're just dry and have no juice, no flavor, no personality, they're a solid 2 or a 5. So yeah, with all of that being said and done, let's get on to the next fruit, which would be kiwi. I don't know what it is about kiwi, but it has always been that unique fruit to me that's always standed out for number one, its taste, its texture, its look, and its overall design. I will have to compliment the creator of kiwi for making such a unique looking fruit. And I almost forgot, but there's two different types of kiwis. There's the green one and there is the yellow one, golden one, really. Both are good, and I like both. Preferably the green one. I'm just that basic. And with that being said, I would give kiwis a solid 10 out of 10 because most of the time they're sour and I like sour. But sometimes they're sweet and I don't mind them being sweet. And with that, we're on to the next fruit, which is coconut. I don't know who the fuck thought that coconuts were a fruit, but apparently they are. But oh well. They are a fruit, so I'm gonna do a review on them. Coconuts. They have a lot of good benefits, such as its water for keeping you hydrated, and it's used in almost every sports drink imaginable, such as Prime and Arm and Body, whatever the fuck it's called, Body Armor. And that's all I know. Does it taste good? Not really. It's pretty sad actually. Like it has no personality. So it's pretty disappointing when you eat it. But it's not a bad fruit. Now what now what can I do to enhance coconut to taste good? That would be simple. You put lemon and tahini. And with that being said, we're gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Now on to the next one. Cherries. Cherries are a 10 out of 10. There's nothing else I can say about them. They're just that good. Mm, nectarines? Nectarines? If you guys don't know what this fruit is, I'll show an image of it. Yeah, that fruit. I think if you're Mexican, you should be familiar with this. If you're not, makes sense. Although I shouldn't be surprised if anybody else of other races have tried these. They're really good. They're like peaches, but like the premium version. I think that's the only way I can describe them. Other than that, they're a solid 7 out of 10 because they're not really good. They're mostly always sour, and sometimes they're really too sweet, and it's just disgusting when they're too sweet. So there you go. Maybe a 6 out of 10, being generous. Um, Number 10, this will be the last fruit that I want to talk about. Strawberries. What is there to say about strawberries? Not a lot. I think everybody has tried strawberries at least once in their life. And probably still do, because they're that good. And they're pretty much every healthy person's staple fruit. I like them for both their sweet and their sour, and overall they're not disappointing to me. So yeah, they're 10 out of 10. Although I will say one thing, they're sometimes really sour, and I tend to like that, but it never tastes good when it comes to strawberries for some reason. Like if it's just too sour, it's not good because I want some sort of sweet in it, you know? Other than that, that's about it. That's the 10 fruits I wanted to talk about. Obviously, I have honorable mentions, so let's just skip through them. Peaches, solid 6 out of 10. They're good, but they're not that good. And honestly, I hated eating these in school. If you had these in school, you probably know what I'm talking about. They were not that good. Next fruit would be bananas. Solid 10 out of 10. Unless they have that brown stuff on them, they're a solid 0 out of 10. But other than that, they're a solid 10 out of 10 if they don't have it. Lime, I still can't believe this is a fruit, but a solid 10 out of 10. It goes good with almost every fucking meal that I eat, especially with chili. So I like spicy food on my food, so like it's good. Lemon, it's good on desserts and whatnot. Ice cream too. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about it. Solid uh, 10 out of no 5 no 7 out of 10. And dragon fruit, that would definitely have to go. Let's see, a 4 out of 10 because it's not always good. Um, Passion fruit, solid 10 out of 10. I've only tried the juices of it, both natural and processed, but in general, I like them a lot. And if I could try the real fruit, I would definitely give my right testicle to try it because I don't think I would be disappointed at all in the fruit. Um, yeah, that's it. I went down all the fruits that I like. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't mentioned watermelon, let's just say I don't really particularly like watermelon. There's no real reason, it's just watermelon is so basic. There's just no personality to it. It's good, but eh, it's just too basic. And honestly, I don't like that. Unless you put some tajin on it, it's not good. It's really not. But other than that, it's okay. It's not a solid 10 out of 10. Not in my eyes. Yeah. With that being said, that's it. That's the end of the video. I hope I changed your mind about what changed your mind about eating healthier. Hopefully, I'm not a doctor, but if I was, I would be making fun of you for not eating fruit. But other than that, yeah. See ya. Have a nice day.